Okay, now we are making a very quick summary, okay, of nucleic acid, all right? Now look, what happens is this, when a lot of nucleotides, okay, they are joined up together, then they form nucleic acid, okay? Now look, the nucleic acid is of two types, which is DNA and RNA, okay? Now look, what happens is, first of all, let's talk about the structure of the nucleotide, okay? Look, a nucleotide is made up of three parts, okay? The first part it has is called sugar. The next part it has is called nitrogenous bases. And then the third part it has is known as phosphate group. Now, if we look at the formula of phosphate group, which is PO4 3 minus, you don't need to memorize the formula for phosphate. However, if you're planning for competitive exams, you should know that, okay? So, because phosphate is negatively charged, okay, because of which the entire DNA is also negatively charged. Alright, now we'll talk about how exactly the DNA is different from RNA. First of all, we'll talk about the shape. So the DNA is a double-stranded structure, okay, and RNA is a single-stranded structure. Now, let's talk about one by one all of the three components, okay. So look, when we talk about the phosphate group over here, okay, so it is actually common in both of them, okay, like both of them have the same type of phosphate group. Then when we talk about the sugar, so the sugar that is present in the nucleic acid is a 5 carbon sugar, okay. 5 carbon sugar, the sugar that is present in the DNA, it is known as deoxyribose, and the sugar that is present in the RNA is known as ribose, okay. So why we call it deoxy? Because it has one oxygen less, okay. Then we talk about nitrogenous bases, okay. Now look, when we talk about nitrogenous bases, for the DNA we have to remember a mnemonic that is at golf course, okay. So it's a funny sentence that will help you to remember the pairing, okay. This is called the base pairing, okay. So we have at golf course, okay. So over here AT is like A will combine up with T and G would combine up with C, alright. A over here is adenine, T over here is thymine, G over here is guanine, and C over here is cytosine, okay. Now look, in between A and T, 2 hydrogen bonds will be there, and in between G and C, 3 hydrogen bonds will be there. Are you getting that? Hydrogen bonds is not a bond that is like joining the things like with the string or something. It is just a force of attraction that you can experience. For example, when you like bring two magnets together, okay, you feel a force of attraction, but you can't see that, right? Similarly, if adenine and thymine are brought closer to each other, there will be two times hydrogen bonds, okay. All right. Now, when we talk about ribose over here, okay, so adenine will pair up with uracil instead of thymine, okay, and guanine would be same. That means the within the DNA, okay, the base that is unique to the DNA is thymine, okay, and the base that is unique to the RNA is uracil. Got it, everybody? Okay. Now, you see over here, everything is written over here, whatever I just said, okay? Alright, and over here is the pictorial representation of what is combining up with what, okay?